Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So today we've got more Doom tweaks, Poll 84, and summer sweep up changes. So let's see some of the known issues. So we're aware of an issue where some players were being stuck at the sea near Fossil Island. That's crazy because I was actually there before I logged out. So if you have encountered this, using a home teleport will resolve the issue. Apologies for the inconvenience. That's obviously hot fixed now. And we are aware of a bug where failed stackable hunter traps require one free inventory space to pick up. And that has also been hot fixed. Okay, so Delve boss changes. So we're back with more fixes and changes for the Delve boss. So the burrow hole will no longer sparkle when a player receives a duplicate pet drop. Fixed a bug where the Delve boss's diagonal burrow attack could hit players outside its visible path. Fixed a bug where rocks placed on acid would disappear when the boss entered its burrow phase. Fixed a bug where players could get stuck in walls when the burrow hole spawned in a corner. And if a projectile is traveling towards the boss as it swaps to a shield phase, the damage will now still apply to the shield. So adjusting the early melee punish damage. So last week we explained that we'd be keeping the interaction where an early melee punish could result in 2 unavoidable hits from Doom. Our aim was to keep the encounter challenging and reward precise timing. However, it's clear from your feedback that this approach didn't hit the mark. Many of you felt like it was punishing players for being fast rather than rewarding skill. So after reviewing the mechanic in more detail, we agreed that this needed to change. Now projectile attacks immediately follow a melee punish will account for boulder impacts, ensuring that if 2 projectiles land on the same tick, they will always be of the same damage type. This means the damage can be avoided with the right prayer, though missing it will result in the force of both hits. We believe this change maintains the fight's challenge while ensuring incoming damage is more readable, avoidable, and no longer punishes quick reactions. I definitely think this is a good change overall. Summer sweep up combat changes. So a few more changes have landed for the summer sweep up combat adjustments. So the kill count in the Deranged Archaeologist collection log is now white. We apologize for any distress that the orange text caused. That's crazy. Fixed a bug where the herb box incorrectly stated 10 herbs were inside when it should have been 7. Fixed missing elemental weakness for various NPCs, so added a 40% water weakness to nibblers and inferno bats, added 50% fire weakness to giant scarabs and NMZ variants, added a 25% fire weakness to jungle demon for the Monkey Madness quest, added a 35% earth weakness to the skeletal hellhound in the Search of Myrique, added a demon bane weakness to the following Nightmare Zone monsters, so the bouncer, the jungle demon, and the skeletal hellhound. That's actually very interesting, and it might be worth taking, say, a demon bane weapon obviously into the Nightmare Zone. So dying to the regular nightmare now respawns you near the boss next to Surah instead of your default respawn point. This mirrors the change we made to Fasani's nightmare. You can now use the volatile nightmare staff special attack in Deadman without an auto cast set. Purple drop rates in Tombs of a Mascot now scale between raid level invocations instead of only adjusting at 50 level intervals, so 350, 400, 450, and 500. Rewarding weightings are now adjusted every 5 levels. This allows gradual increases in drop chance without requiring large jumps in difficulty. That's actually huge. So basically, way back in the day, I think I was doing 150, so if I put it to 155, it would have been a better chance of a purple rather than requiring 50. So that's actually a huge change, and it's going to allow for a lot more people to get the purples that they need in the Tombs of a Mascot, especially with all the changes that they've made recently. So Pole 84 changes, so hunter traps will now stack in the inventory. Very nice. Improved various hunting spots by adding more trap locations and rotating existing ones for a more efficient hunt. Updated the list of quest items that can be cleared from your bank by the wise old man. Added a one-way level 74 agility zipline shortcut on Fossil Island from the tower to the small island. Just don't be too rough on the ropes. That's actually super nice. With level 69 agility, you can now jump over some of the rocks found on top of the walls of Darkmire to access the Castle Darken Master Clue step there. Very cool. These rocks are accessible by climbing the Darkmire wall shortcut and running northwest. You can also right-click the inconspicuous rocks/stash units to jump back, should you need to. However, you cannot use that shortcut without completing Sins of the Father, and without unlocking the Darkmire Wall shortcut with a long rope. Added 2 new agility shortcuts to the Slayer Tower, one level 18 shortcut east of the entrance to reach Banshees, and one level 81 shortcut west of the entrance for quick access to the top floor. Some of the settings in the settings menu are now filtered based on account type. Additionally, there is now a button on the settings title bar that allows you to show or hide settings you don't yet have the requirements for, which should make it easier to find the ones you care about. The modify button on the GE offer status page has been changed from a right click on the abort button to a button of its own. Added Grand Exchange set boxes for newer armor, including the Blue Moon, the Blood Moon, the Eclipse Moon, Oath Plate, Torva, Virtus, Dagonoth, Melee, Mage, and Range, Swamp Bark, Blood Bark, Mixed Hide, and Huicoatl sets. Very nice changes overall. So Slayer Tower shortcuts, top floor level requirement change. So some of you eagle-eyed adventurers may notice that the agility requirement for the top floor Slayer Tower shortcut isn't quite what we first teased in the original blog. After hearing your feedback, we realized this shortcut is a pretty serious time saver, so we nudged the requirement up to 81 agility. Hopefully a little something to reward those of you who put in the elbow grease. So yeah, it's one of those things, right, where 81 agility takes a very long time. So our initial suggestion was outright better than the chain shortcut used to take you from the first floor to the second floor, despite having a lower agility requirement, which was an oversight on our part, and it didn't really make much sense. So we understand this adjustment might be frustrating for some players who expected lower requirements, and we truly appreciate your understanding. Our aim is to make these shortcuts feel like a satisfying reward for skill and effort, while still easing that Slayer grind a bit. I can definitely understand somebody who has like 70 agility or whatever the requirement was, and they were genuinely looking forward to this to do Slayer, and now it's like 81, and that's like, you know, they work like 40 hours a week type thing, and they're just like, yeah, it's out of reach, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where they have to kind of make agility sort of feel like it's doing something, right? Because it's one of the slowest skills in the game, right? So go forth, climb, and skip those stairs like the parkour pro you are, but only if you have 81 agility. We've got banking consistently. We've been tidying up the way your banking and item retrieval interfaces work. Previously, some interfaces would shuffle the deposit buttons around, which could lead to unfortunate accidents. To make things more predictable, we've standardized the order of buttons across banking, loot, and item retrieval interfaces. So bin on the left, bank and inventory on the right. So yeah, can you imagine like if this button was over here and you're just like used to clicking here, and you get like, I don't know, a twisted bow, and then you're like, yep, delete. Like, that's crazy. So it's kind of a good thing that they kind of put them all sort of on their proper sides now. So this affects a wide range of interfaces, including the Lunar Chest, the Theater of Blood, the Tombs of a Masket, the Colosseum Chest, Fishing Trawler, Wilderness, and Deadman Loot Keys. We hope these changes will make your inventory management a bit more intuitive, and thanks for all the feedback that helped us standardize these interfaces. May your clicks be precise and your banks full of loot. Yeah, very good overall. That would suck to delete something you didn't want to. I don't know why from the get-go they didn't do this, but yeah. So bank quality of life changes coming a bit later. So just a quick heads up, 2 planned PoL 84 changes will be arriving a little later than the rest. The looting bag deposit button upgrade, which will let you empty a bunch of different containers straight into your bank. A new empty option for the Shades of Morton coffin while you've got in your inventory at the bank. These two are linked under the hood, and the bank interface is a bit more complicated than it can look, so we've decided to take more time to get these changes right before pushing them live. Don't worry, they haven't been forgotten, and we'll keep you posted. I can really see the looting bag one being a big deal. Not so sure about the Shades of Morton coffin. Okay, so other changes. So standardize the button order, bin left, bank, and inventory right for the Lunar Chest, the Tob Chest, TOA Chest, Coliseum, Trawler, and Wilderness, and Deadman Loot Chests and Keys. I feel like I just read that. All tradable Yama items can now be added to Death's Coffer. Improve the dialogue for reclaiming the ghostly robes after choosing a piece from the set. The selection menu now reopens automatically if you have inventory space, so you can claim multiple pieces without repeating the dialogue. You can now disable the confirmation warning when clearing bushes or cacti farming spots. This can be done directly from the warnings prompt using the Don't Ask Me Again option or via settings, warning, and confirmations. That's actually huge. Added rowing and idle animations to the Tal Tekon boat harvester outside Kastori. Updated the Wilderness Loot Key interface to match the Deadman mode style. Fixed an issue where certain tradable items could incorrectly fill collection log slots if sold and repurchased. Ooh, that's crazy. From a general store, slots will now only register when obtained from the correct source. That could have been pretty bad. Fixed numerous terrain and object clipping issues with the new renderer beta, including trapdoors, cave entrances, stairs, rugs, crates, and wall kits, plus visual fixes in Brimhaven Agility Arena. Duke no longer remains poisoned from one fight to the next. Redesigned the item sets interface to let players toggle between viewing all sets or only those craftable with items currently in their inventory. Fixed a bug where that's actually so nice. It's one of those things that's just very good. Fixed a bug with the player-owned house viewer on the official client and mobile. In some cases, certain features such as bushes or other hotspots with editable states like portals or boss layers would cause the viewer to crash or behave unexpectedly. And Ichelin's hood now correctly displays your character's skin color. And then community update right here, we've got the creator crafted merch, and that is actually really cool. What is this, like Castle Wars? Yeah, that's a very cool, what is that, a mouse pad? They have like they've got potions around their computer. That's cool. And this is a Yama one. Okay. Yeah, very cool. Well, overall, some nice changes. I'm really always excited for the summer sweep up and the combat changes, right? It just really does make the game a whole lot better. And obviously all the nice quality of life changes. I really think the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things coming out of this, is the change for raids where it's going to be in 5s instead of 50s. Yeah, so the purple drop rates in Tombs of a Masket now scale between raid level invocations instead of only adjusting at 50 level intervals. So basically, it'll actually reward you for going up a little bit, because before, if you went up to say 160, 170, right, it's like it's not really gonna do that much, but now it's gonna actually adjust the purple drop rates for 5 levels, which will allow people to get more purples overall. And I just think this is great. Can you please do something to fix the Chambers of Xeric? Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I will catch you in the next one. See ya later. Whoa, 3 bill now. It's going up. The bank is going up.